motion to approve the consent agenda? The consent agenda includes the approval minutes for our work session, council minutes, and executive session for February the 17th. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we have 4B, which is consideration of a motion to approve the surplus of firearms that have been forfeited or are evidence that are no longer needed for prosecution. Is there a motion to approve 4B?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. We're moving on to agenda item 5, public hearing and consideration of a motion to approve application for an alcohol license in accordance with the City of Statesville Alcohol Ordinance, Section 6-13A, Blue Mile Catering LLC, located at 434 South Main Street, license type low volume. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Is there anyone here to speak for this request? Is there anyone here to speak against this request? All right, seeing that there is none, is there a motion to close the hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, is there any discussion by the council? All right, seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we move down to agenda item 6, consideration of a motion to approve resolution 2026-09, a resolution authorizing the submission of an application to the Georgia Department of Transportation for recertification for locally administered projects, the execution of related documents, and providing assurances of compliance. Mr. Penny, you want to give us some insight on that?
Mayor, I think about once every 3 years, we have to go through a recertification process. And so that means, and the purpose for that is when GDOT has projects that are in our community, the example I'll give you is the South Main Street project. When, that was a GDOT project, but we administered that project. The Aikens Boulevard project is a GDOT project, but again, we administered that project. In order for us to be able to do that, we have to go through certain steps and we have to go through a recertification process. We've completed that process, but we need for you to approve of the process. And so this morning, this is on your agenda to approve. We do recommend approval. We even had to go through our purchasing. We had to send our folks to purchasing training in order to be trained on state and federal regulations in regard to purchasing in order to comply with this certification. So we recommend approval.
All right, thank you, Mr. Penny. Any discussion by council? All right, seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, let's move down to agenda item 7, consideration of a motion to approve a development agreement with Walnut and Vine LLC to use $272,821 in TAD funds for installation of private infrastructure within the development commonly known as HOP Atomica, located at 6 Walnut Street within the South Main Tax Allocation District. Mr. Penny.
Mayor, members of the council, we have the South Main Street TAD, and we've had it for a number of years, and funds are building up. And every now and again, you get a project that comes before you. And so this is a project. This is at the last meeting, if you remember, you did some transfer of some property in order, you sold some property to this project in order to put a ramp, so it's not in the sidewalk. So they submitted a TAD application. It's gone through the process. The committee met, they approved the application. And so the next phase is for you to approve the award of this $272,821. It is a good project. The project itself is over $2 million, almost $2.5 million. It is in our downtown area. It will be, you even had to change the ordinance in order to allow this distillery in the downtown, put it in our ordinance, and that was done some time ago. And so this is moving the project forward. This will assist them in being able to spend that $2.5 million, and this will assist them in their project. We recommend approval of the application. The entrepreneur may be in the audience today and may be able to share a little bit more insight into the project, but we do recommend approval.
All right, thank you, Mr. Penn. Any discussion by council?
I have just a little bit related, and I'd love to meet the owner. Just to remind me, not today, but maybe next time we could get a report, a little recap of the TAD still in existence and the status and what it takes for folks to access that money at a future meeting. The TADs.
Just a review of the tag status. That sounds like a good work session conversation.
Yeah, we can do that as well.
Good, thank you.
Okay, come on forward. You want to take a point of privilege?
Morning, council members. My name is Smith Matthews. My brother and I are doing this project. First and foremost, we want to thank you for the opportunity to do business in Statesboro. The changing of the zoning, allowing us to do the distillery, and then also selling us that small piece of property to do the handicap ramp. Now we've applied for this TAD assistance program, and I will say that it is an amazing program and gives us a lot of opportunity to complete this project like it should be completed. We have faced many challenges renovating a historic building, all of those fun things, and all the financing and everything that they put you through on that is quite challenging, but this opportunity would be something for us that would really help push us over the finish line. And I just want to say thank you for that opportunity. And we look forward to being a great business for downtown Statesboro. And if you have any questions or anything?
Do you have a presentation?
I do have a presentation. Yeah, if you have time to do it, I would love to go through it.
Brianna?
We do have it if you need to do
If the council would allow a point of privilege in regards to this project, that would be greatly appreciated for the presentation.
Ms. Brown had a question. Are you longtime Statesboro Matthews?
Yes, ma'am.
Matthews, okay.
Born and raised.
Telephone?
Oh yeah, telephone. Oh yeah. 1 T on that map.
it. Mr. Matthews, there's a clicker up there. if you
Okay, I
want.
was like, who controls this thing? Okay, here we go. All right, first, that is the old United Appliance building. Don Lanier's old property that we purchased down there, right next to kind of Bull and Barrel. This is a rendering of what the building is going to look like. All of the TAD, application money that we're trying to spend is, I'm going to show you a little bit, but it's going to go towards the outside look of that building. Let's see. And there's a side shot, and just for reference, the side property that y'all sold us or selling us is that's that whole strip right there. So that you'll see that handicap ramp as well as like the stair area and everything. And I want to say thank you again for that. Really helped us. A little bit about us, just real quick. This is our Savannah location. We've been in business going on like almost 6 years now. My brother Pratt, he moved back. I still live in Savannah, but I'm here almost every day now. We do, I talk about here. It's a little bit about our vision. We're essentially all about local, supporting local, using local farms, and we make everything on site. All of our food from scratch and drinks and everything. We're all also very community based. These are our products. We're a wood-fired, pizza place, and then brewery and distillery. So everything's scratch made, in-house. We don't order anything out. Even our ranch. Once we get open, you need to come try that ranch. I'm telling you, it's life changing. So the TAD support, we're extensively renovating this like historic warehouse, old John Deere. You can actually see the John Deere green bricks right there coming out that we found, which is pretty cool. It's going to enable us to, establish what we feel will be a vibrant, community-oriented business, create a bunch of jobs, contribute to downtown's economic growth, and to, support the development. Here's a breakdown of the requests for the TAD. We're going to be applying that to modern, nice exterior lighting. The building needs a lot of stucco and masonry repairs and upgrades. We want to put in a really nice fence to cover up some equipment and also a nice handrail, and we want that to look really nice for downtown and have a design feel for it. Also, the canopies going over the windows and doors, we want those to look really nice. We definitely need a roof upgrade. If you look at our roof, you can see it from the street. It's all rusted out, and everything. As well as modern, like, exterior doors and windows, a paint job badly, and then all of the sidewalk stuff too. So y'all are gonna do y'all are doing the streetscape, or I guess y'all approved that, and so that stops almost right at that corner. And so what we want to do are take those streetscape improvements that you're planning on doing and turn that corner down Vine Street and go down there and integrate it all the way down, And so we want to take your improvements and then turn them down Vine and, down the side of the building as well. So that's how we plan to, spend all of the money, and we think that it's just going to be a really great use for this fund. Some of the challenges I was telling you about, the building appraisal came in lower than we expected, so our lendability went down. So we had to trim a lot of the stuff out of our budget, and so that was one of the challenges. Structurally, you can see this beam there, really cool beam, but I'm pretty sure my 5-year-old could have designed something better than that. There's a nice little gap on the end there. It is slightly terrifying. So we've faced some of these issues that are costing us more money than we anticipated. Also, we're working with the state on some of our financing, and the state employees are not the fastest, and they've taken almost going on 9 months now when they originally quoted us 4 weeks. So we went ahead and purchased the building and just kind of been blowing through a lot of our operating capital through paying that in the meantime and not being able to build anything out. And then also environmental assessments. I guess Andrew's Clean Corner could potentially or not Andrews or any of the old cleaners, down there could have potentially contaminated the ground, which they didn't, thankfully, or at least in our area. But we had to go through extensive, very expensive testing to make sure that ground was okay for our use. So we've got through all of that. I just want to say thank you. If you have any questions, please just let me know. I'm happy to answer them.
All right, thank you. Is there a timeline, do you think, that you can share with us as far as completion?
Yeah, we're shooting for about 6 months. We've already broken ground, and so we're hoping for August or September.
Okay.
Before the end of the year, ideally. As long as we don't come across any major hurdles.
Good deal. We want to open up for council. Council, any questions?
Thank you, looking forward to it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, and thank you, council, for this wonderful privilege. Is there any further discussion by council? Seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll move on to agenda item 8. Consideration of a motion to approve amendment 2 to the Environmental Protection Division Section 319H FY22 grant for stream restoration in Little Locks Creek watershed. Mr. Penn.
Basically, Mayor, there's a change in this, in our calendar. I think we're pretty much toward the end of the original grant period, and we need to amend that to extend it out to like 2027.
Okay.
And so that's why it's here before you today. So we do recommend approval.
All right, thank you. Any discussion by council?
There's a matching increase of about $12,000 locally. Excuse me for interrupting you, Mayor. But also, some of the funding will not necessarily be in cash, but might be in kind services from the city.
Okay.
But the date is the most important thing.
Any discussion by council? All right, seeing that there's none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second? All right, we'll move down to agenda item 9. All those in favor? Aye. We move down to agenda item 9, consideration of a motion to reject bids for capital improvement project WWD-111, Bruchon Commerce Parkway. Mr. King.
Mayor, members of the council, we have a responsibility to put a well out at Bruchon Park. We had an arrangement with Development Authority in the county. However, when we bid this thing out, we had one number, the bid came in almost $2 million over budget. So that's why we're here before you today recommending that we reject the bids. We need to look at redesign and hopefully get it back within the budget that we have set for it. And the good thing is we're not in a rush at this point to make it happen tomorrow, but we do need to reject the bids, so we recommend rejection of the bids.
All right, thank you, Mr. King. All right, any discussion by council? All right, seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll move down to agenda item 10, consideration of a motion to approve change order number 3 in the amount of $109,320 to Southeast Pipe Survey Incorporated to be paid for with operating income funds included in the capital improvement projects WWD 14-187 and 188. Mr. King.
Man, we're doing, this is a lining project. And what happened is, over on East Main Street, I think I got that right. We cannot line it. The pipe actually has collapsed. And so we, I think we still are we can't tear up the street, but this is the reason for the change. Instead of just lining it, we have to do a little bit more extensive work. And so that's why we're bringing this change order for you, and we do recommend approval.
All right, thank you, Mr. King. Any discussion by council? All right, seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? All right, we'll move down to agenda item 11, public comments. Are there any public comments? All right, seeing that there is none, move down to agenda item 12, other business from city council. Any other business? What?
First time?
Yeah. Okay, then good deal. We'll go down to city manager comments. Any comments from the city
I
manager?
do have something there. Mayor, first off, for the month of March, just wanted to make you all aware, we are not planning a work session for the next council meeting. And the reason we're not doing that is because following the council that week, we'll be having the mayor and council's city council retreat on March the 20th and the 21st. And that will be in Augusta at the Marriott. I also want to just call to your attention, in your FYI packet, I want to call out a couple of employees. We got some really nice letters from a citizen in reference to Sade Canty, and the lady, it's funny, the lady said, I don't write well, but she gave us a whole sheet on Shantae and how nice Shantae was to her. So we want to shout out to our employee, Shantae Canty, for going the extra mile. And then we also have another nice note from Miss Krista Coop out of customer service. And so I won't go through all what they did, but I do think it's worth noting that we have employees doing really good things, and so we want to recognize them because that's what makes our city a great city to live in. Also in the FYI, I just want to mention to you that before I do that, I'm gonna go down. Then I also included in the FYI packet, we had a hardware failure. And I put it in there so that you could just see again, the work of IT. We have a small IT department, but they do some awfully big things. And so we just want to shout out to Darren and his crew for the amazing work that they did and what they thought was going to take more than a day. I don't think it took that long for them to identify the problem. But in this day and time with people trying to get into your system and cause all kinds of havoc, and they do an amazing job for such a small crew. Also, you had letters in there from emails in reference to Arbor Day. We had a great Arbor Day celebration. So we want to shout out to that crowd, to the tree commission and
Tree board.
tree board.
Lots of folks.
And then you also have a letter of support for Bryant Landing. And if you go by Bryant Landing now, you see the second phase is all right. I know the mayor's been over there.
That's right.
He needs some boots so he can walk through through all that mud, but 50 more units. And so what's included here is a letter of support for the third phase. If you remember, we did apply for low-income tax housing credits the last time. They didn't get it. But that's okay. That happened the first time for the first phase. They got that. We got the second phase. So now we hope the third phase gets approved so we can get 50 more affordable housing units on that property. And then the last thing I want to do a shout out to is our finance department. They do such a great job, and Mayor, you called them out in your State of the City address for being recognized 22 years in a row. GFOA and all the other folks in Cindy gets recognized for the work that they do. But there's going to be March 16th through the 20th, and we will put something on your agenda. But just wanted to give you, it's going to be Public Finance Professionals Week. And I think this is the first time, Cindy?
Yes, sir, this is the first one.
And so just wanted to put y'all on notice. Finance is showing out at the next council meeting. So
That's right. That's right.
they do a great job, and so we just want to recognize them for the important work that they do for us. That concludes my presentation.
All right, thank you, Mr. Penn. We'll go down to agenda item 14, consideration of a motion to enter into executive session. Excuse me, to discuss personnel matters, real estate, and/or potential litigation. In accordance with OCGA 50-14-3B. Today we'll be meeting in regards to real estate.
Yes.
All right, is there a motion to go into executive session? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
All right.